They tell you marriage changes people, but no one ever explains how quietly it happens. No warnings, no alarms, no dramatic turning point. Just small shifts that feel harmless until one day you realize you are living inside a reality you never agreed to. 2 years into our marriage, my husband became extremely and unbearably fat. I know how cruel that sounds when said out loud, but this story isn't really about weight. It's about shock, denial, and the slow grief of watching someone you love disappear right in front of you while still being alive. When I met him, he was present in his body. He moved with ease, laughed freely, and carried himself with confidence. He wasn't obsessed with fitness, but he cared enough to exist fully in his own skin. He had energy, ambition, and a spark that made me feel chosen just by standing next to him. When we stood at the altar, I married a man I recognized. A man whose body matched his spirit. A man whose future felt active, expansive, and shared. The first year of marriage felt safe and warm. We ate together, stayed up late, indulged a little too much, laughed about gaining happy weight. It felt normal. It felt earned. I noticed the softness creeping in, but it didn't worry me. Marriage was supposed to be comfortable after all. We were building a life, not training for a competition. I told myself love mattered more than appearances, and at the time I truly believed it. But weight doesn't arrive suddenly. It settles in slowly, almost politely. Portions got bigger. Movement became optional. Plans to work out turned into plans for later, and later quietly turned into never. His clothes stopped fitting, and instead of adjusting habits, he adjusted sizes. What used to be occasional indulgence became routine excess, and what used to be rest slowly turned into stagnation. By the second year, it was impossible not to notice. He was constantly tired, constantly eating, constantly avoiding mirrors. The couch became his favorite place in the world, and food became his answer to everything: stress, boredom, disappointment, even happiness. The more weight he gained, the more he retreated into himself. He stopped wanting photos, stopped wanting outings, stopped wanting intimacy. Not because he didn't love me, but because he didn't know how to live inside the body he was creating. There is a part of marriage no one prepares you for, the moment when attraction begins to change and you expected to pretend it doesn't matter. Society teaches you that noticing physical changes makes you shallow, that desire should obey morality, that love alone should be enough. But desire doesn't listen to rules. It responds to presence, effort, and energy. Slowly, I began to feel alone even while lying next to my husband. His touch felt unfamiliar. Our bed felt larger. Our silence felt heavier. I tried to help without hurting him. I cooked healthier meals, suggested evening walks, bought gym memberships for us, framed everything as togetherness rather than correction. Every attempt felt like an attack to him. He heard judgment where I meant concern. He heard rejection where I meant fear. Eventually, it became easier to stop talking than to keep hurting him. So I swallowed my words and learned to smile through discomfort. What no one tells you is that extreme weight gain changes more than a body. It changes mood, confidence, motivation, and presence. Conversations became shorter. Dreams stopped being discussed. Plans shrank into routines built around convenience and comfort. He stopped chasing life, and without realizing it, I started grieving the man I married while still being married to him. I stayed not because I was fulfilled, but because leaving felt cruel. I had internalized the idea that endurance equals love, that sacrifice makes you virtuous, that wanting more makes you selfish. So I became the patient wife, the understanding partner, the one who never complained. But inside, I was shrinking too. Not physically, but emotionally. I was disappearing quietly alongside him. One night, I finally spoke. Not harshly, not cruelly, just honestly. I told him I was scared, that I missed him, that I felt disconnected and lonely even though we shared a home. He listened, nodded, promised to try. For a brief moment, I felt hope again. He made small changes, talked about motivation, seemed present, but consistency never came. Life returned to normal, and I learned a painful truth. You cannot change someone who finds safety in staying the same. Today, we are still married. He is still overweight. I am still conflicted. Some days are calm and manageable. Others feel unbearably heavy. Not every story has a villain. Not every marriage ends with clarity or courage. Some relationships don't shatter. They simply settle into something quieter, something neither person planned for. I wish I could tell you this ends with transformation, with dramatic weight loss, with renewed passion and rediscovered love. It doesn't. This story ends with questions. With quiet dinners, with unresolved longing, with love that still exists, but no longer feels the same. 2 years into our marriage, my husband became extremely fat, and somewhere along the way, we both lost parts of ourselves. I'm still here. He's still here. But the marriage we started with feels like something that belongs to another lifetime. Some marriages don't break. They just slowly become something you never imagined learning how to live inside.